A genetic experiment with peas resulted in one sample of offspring that consisted of 441 green peas and 166 yellow peas. We want to construct a 90% confidence interval to estimate of the percentage of yellow peas. And then based on the confidence interval, do the results of the experiment appear to contradict the expectation that 25% of the offspring peas would be yellow? So for the first part, we need to construct a 90% confidence interval and then express the percentages in decimal form. So first thing we need to do is determine how many there are total. So in order to find how many there are total, we need to know what is the sample size. Well, the sample size is to add the green with the yellow. So that is 441 plus 166. So if we take 441 plus 166, and that gives us the total of 607. And then the value of x, because the question is asking us what is the percentage of yellow peas, well, that is 166. So therefore we have 166. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to use StatCrunch to determine the particular confidence interval, the 90% confidence interval. So we're going to open up StatCrunch. Okay, now again here, what we're doing here is that we are finding the proportion because we want to find the proportion of 166 to the total number of 607. So when we go to stat, we're going to select proportion stats. Okay, and then from there, we're going to select one sample. And because we have the summary of data, we don't have every specific value that would be with data. We want with summary. Okay, and so the number of successes is depending upon the question. The question is saying, again, yellow peas, so x is equal to 166. And then the number of observations is the total, which was 607. Okay, and we want to be able to find the confidence interval. Now keep in mind the confidence interval is 90%. So we're going to go ahead in here and then change this to 0.90. And then we're going to select compute. Okay, so now let's copy this data into our workbook. So let's take a look at this data. Okay, so you can see here that the proportion is 166 divided by the total, which would give us this number, which represents p hat. Okay, and then this is going to represent our confidence interval, where we have our lower limit and then our upper limit. So let's go ahead and write this out. So here we have our confidence interval, and then we're going to round this to 3 decimal places. So that's going to be 0.244 for the lower limit. And then the upper limit, rounded to 3 decimal places, is 0.303. So therefore, this is going to represent our confidence interval. So we have 0.244 as our lower limit. And then the upper limit is 0.303. Let's check our answer, and there is our result. Okay, now it says, based on the confidence interval, do the results of the experiment appear to contradict that the expectation that 25% of the offspring peas would be yellow? Okay, well what that means is, okay, it says 25%. Well, 25% as a decimal is equal to 0.25, and let's add a 0 in that end. So does that fall within this confidence interval? Well, it is, because it's in between 0.244 and 0.303. Therefore, we would say no, that the confidence interval includes the value of 0.25, so the true percentage could easily equal 25%. So we're going to answer no, check our answer, and there is our result.